So today's topic is about service. It's about the spirit of true service. And we have 6 amazing speakers from Canada, America, and Japan and China. So the first speaker is May, and now I would like to give the floor to Mark. Since Mark is... You can introduce yourself. Come on.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. The first keynote speaker tonight is this extraordinary lady here. She started her professional career in service, hospitality, film, and other things like that, and she really understood what it means to serve people. About 10 years ago, a little more than 10 years ago, she walked into a kindergarten and found her life's calling. Found this extraordinary and impressionable and very impressive group of people, and decided since then to work with them consistently, and has learned so many valuable lessons and is the world's best teacher.
Oh, horrifying.
Yes. She's an amazing woman, and also the woman that I have the honor of calling the love of my life.
Made me feel bad.
Okay, so if someone comes up and says, oh, this is the best teacher in the whole world, like everyone's not going to listen to anything that I have to say. Thanks a lot, Scan. Thanks a lot. It's like everything that I say, they're like, oh, I'm going to chip away at that little statement. I will not. You'll never, ever hear me say I'm the best teacher in the whole world. It took me 7 years of being with children to even call myself a teacher. And still when I say that, it's like, teacher. It's still very hard to say. I've always said that I teach children. I'm so happy to be with them. They're really, really my people, but call myself that, it's still kind of a really big responsibility. Yeah, but if we're to talk about who I think the greatest teachers are, I think really are children. And they taught me so much. And I never really thought that the classroom was the best place to learn things. I always thought that the whole world was the best classroom. And learning through play has always been my favorite way of learning, anyway. And maybe not even just play, just like out in the world. Like the other day, I was coming out of the metro, and there was this little boy, and he was maybe 20 months old. He wasn't even 2 years old yet. And he was all just like legs and feet that he just discovered how to use maybe 2 weeks ago. And he was running. And he looked like he just, maybe in 16 years, he would be representing China in the Olympics. He had that much dexterity, that much coordination, that much natural kinesthetic ability. And his mom, you know, she was like swiping her phone, just walking down the street. And this is on Changshu. It's a really busy street. Like this is after dinner time, and there are people's legs. The little boy was dodging, and there's cars everywhere. And I'm so scared because he's just every second he's getting closer and closer to the curb. And I'm so scared that he's going to fall off. And his mother's still swiping the phone, and I'm watching like this. But just as soon, I don't know, I think it's just mothers really do have this instinct. And as soon as he got like right here, right at the edge of the curb, I just heard her from 10 paces back saying, "Zhanzhu!" and he was like, right? And he totally stopped. And she's, "You always do this. You never listen to me. You're always doing things like this." And this poor boy, who all he was feeling was just the feel of his body, and like going through, being that small and passing all those legs, it feels like you're flying. I still remember what that feels like. But to have the person that he loves more than anything in the whole world just stop him and shame him like that. And he doesn't understand. He's only 20 months. Like, he barely even understands the words that are coming out of her mouth. But this is the person that he loves more than anybody. And this is just on the heels of a time that he felt the most powerful in his life, in his little life. But okay, so I see this, and I really, really like the expression, the Confucian expression of when there are three people, there's always a teacher that emerges. I really, really like that. And so I was going by, and I saw this, and all I saw was the truth of what was happening, and the truth. And I went over to the little boy who was still, right, and I said, "Oh, darling, your mommy isn't mad at you. She loves you so much. You're the greatest. You're her little happy fruit. 你是她的开心果." And there's no one in the world that she loves more than you. She was just really, really worried that you would run off into the street and you see all the cars here, darling. She was so, so scared that maybe something might happen to you. That's the only thing. And in that moment, I saw the mother. And the mother who didn't have words before, because her mother probably didn't have words for her when she was going through the same sort of thing, which people just go, "Oh, 调皮的孩子." You know? But it's never that, because in that, when you're shaming someone, you're not seeing someone for their own natural ability, the things that they can do. And I was so scared that this boy, who might one day represent China and get the gold, wouldn't have that opportunity. But me stopping and seeing that, both of them, seeing the mother, because really what she was so concerned, she loved this child so much. And I told the boy, if anything ever happened to you, I don't think your mommy would ever smile again. And taking this time, this opportunity to have this third person perspective of these people, this little person, and I got to help the mother see what he was trying to do, which was just to have freedom. And then, and I wasn't expecting the little boy to understand what his mother was going through, but just so the mother could understand herself and her own process and the love that she has to give. So that was really nice. It's so important to see, and to me, it's the most vulnerable, but it is the thing that drives love to me. Seeing someone else and really being seen. I used to teach this other class called Super Kids. And Super Kids was an emotional learning class, social and emotional learning class that was just all through play. And I know only from the entire time that I've been here in China, I've only worked with Chinese children, and I know their plight, and their plight is really. They don't have any time to play. Everyone's just so fixated on giving them more work to do so they can get more higher grades, and so eventually they can get into Harvard. That's the big goal, right? So I know the situation, so I just wanted to give them more playtime. And so there were 10 of us in that group one day, and we were running through Xiaoqu, and a compound for those who don't understand Chinese. And we're running, and everyone just scattered. And then there was one little boy. The average age was around 9 to 11 with these kids. And there's one little boy, Jerry. He was about 9 or 10. His shoe broke. He was at the back, and his shoe broke. And his shoe broke. I just saw number 3. I don't know what that means. Okay, his shoe broke, and so people went down. He went down to fix it, and you could see a little bit of concern on his face. And he's 10, so chances are he'd been forgotten before. And all the other kids had all left, and then I came. I gathered everyone back, and I said, "Hey guys, we're in this all together. Okay, don't leave your buddies behind." And this one girl, Emma, she came up and she said, "Yeah, because how would it feel if it happened to you? how would it feel if it happened to you? And I understood at that moment that that was the basis of empathy. And if people understand, and think about it, and the greatest thing about being human is that we have this imagination. And we can put ourselves in just about any situation if we just imagine it. How would it feel if it happened to you? This is really, really important to me. And ever since she said that, she was one of the greatest teachers I ever had, Emma. And every time I go into a classroom, anytime I walk down the street, that's what I hold in my heart. I would like to try something. Should we try? Can we try something? I would like to try something. This is really crucial because this is about being about the basis of loving, really connecting with somebody else. I would like you, I'm inviting you, to find someone that you don't really know very well. Maybe you met them tonight, or maybe you've only met them a couple of times. Or maybe you do know them. But if you don't, that's actually better because you don't really have a history with them. But I would like you to just look at, find somebody right now and just look in their eyes. And just look in their eyes. This is very, just look in it. Could you look at this? Could you look at this man?
And she's looking at.
Could you look at this man? Would you mind? Lena, would you look at this beautiful girl? Would you, for just a minute, if you could just look in a stranger's eyes. Or if you're friends with Jeff, that's okay too. And just look. And feel what it is that you're feeling, and don't. Try not to talk. Try not to talk. Do you have a question? Yeah. Can you look in her eyes? Just look in her eyes, and just feel everything that you're feeling, and share that. And share whatever it is that you're feeling. It's very intimate. It's very, very intimate, and it's not an easy thing to do. But when you show parts of yourself, can I try this again? When you show parts of yourself, that's the greatest thing, and it's really, really difficult for people to do. But if you ever want to connect with someone, that's the best thing that you can do. See others, but be seen. Let people see who you really are. Because you can be amazing. You can be amazing. You can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast or be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. Or you can start speaking out. Nothing's gonna hurt you, not the way the words do when they enter underneath your skin. Trapped on the inside with no sunlight. Sometimes a shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with fall out, honestly. I wanna see